Hey guys, coming at you today with my August wrap-up. Not as impressive as my July wrap-up, unfortunately, but that's okay because I still did really well. And I covered a lot of ground with my Pop Sugar Challenge, so that's really cool. And yeah, I also have a giveaway announcement in here, but because I am cruel, hang out with me for a second and I'm gonna announce that at the end. So here we go. The first book that I read in August was not actually a book I read, it was a book I listened to, and that's right, that was my first audiobook, The Art of Asking. Michaela and I both read that for our Pop Sugar Challenge pick for our self-improvement book. This is by Amanda Palmer, who is the wife of Neil Gaiman. Unfortunately, I had never actually heard of her or the Dresden Dolls before because I am a bookworm, so I'd heard of Neil Gaiman and Amanda Palmer being his wife. Sorry. But anyways, now I'm obsessed with Dresden Dolls music and Amanda Palmer's music, so that book had a really interesting effect on me in that way. Probably the reverse way for most people. Michaela and I did do a joint review of that book, which is not out yet, but will be soon, so you can look forward to that. I'll just say briefly that it was really great to get me into audiobooks. I really loved it. The book itself had its ups and downs in terms of, motive and intentions, but I enjoyed it overall. Next, I had a book for Nostalgia Junkie. We finally got around to doing our Nostalgia Junkie episode on The Subtle Knife by Philip Pullman, which is the second book in the His Dark Materials series. And, how to describe that hangout. Despite how obnoxiously annoyed or supportive we were, about 50-50 either way, for the Golden Compass, the Subtle Knife was just, that was a mess. We were all just like, I don't understand. We were so bored and nothing happened. We're hopeful for the Amber Spyglass, which is coming in a couple of weeks, but wow, that was a thing. I also listened on audiobook to Amy Poehler's Yes Please in August. I have yet to release my review of this, but it does exist in the world, and by does exist I mean I probably am going to film it after I film this video and keep it on the docket for my next review slot. Whoops! Anyways, it was the second audiobook that I've ever listened to, and I laughed out loud. I wasn't sure I was going to find that book that funny. It was my Pop Sugar pick for a book written by a celebrity, and why not Amy Poehler, because she's awesome. And I liked it. I felt that the book overall was a little bit all over the place, but I enjoyed it overall, and I look forward to releasing that view so I can tell you a little bit more about why I felt both good and bad about that whole thing. I also did a lot of rereading in August, as I released a video on that a little while ago, but one of those books that I reread was Tamora Pierce's Squire. This is my paperback copy, and I've done, I think, a 30 Seconds I Disagree with Michaela on this series, and that's the most that I've talked about it, but this is probably my favorite Tamora Pierce book thus far. It's the one that I always go back and reread, and it's one of the Protector of the Small books. The book's about Kel, in case you don't know that much about it. But it's when she's a squire, as you may guess, and it's amazing. It brings together my favorite characters from the Alana series and my favorite characters from the Kel series, and it's just amazing, and it always makes me happy. I also reread The Heir of Fire by Sarah J. Maas. And you may guess that this is because Empire of Storm comes out on September 6th, which is this Tuesday, which the time I'm making this video is 2 days away, and I'm super stoked about it! I didn't count my reread of Queen of Shadows as like a book I actually reread, because while I did sit there and reread all of Heir of Fire, I did not read all of Queen of Shadows because I skipped over the Manon parts. I'll talk about that a little bit in my rereading video, but I had not really given Heir of Fire its due, I think, when I first read it, and I was really happy to sit back and really enjoy it more this time to prep for the release of Empire of Storm, which is coming so soon, guys. I'm so excited! And then finally, to prove that I did not only read green covered books in August for some reason, I also reread Days of Blood and Starlight by Laini Taylor. This was not so much a reread of, comfort as it was a reread for our last episode of Bibliomancy for Beginners. This season we're doing a series of episodes where we read books that are a follow-up of books we've already done. So we did an Bibliomancy episode on Daughter of Smoke and Bone, and so we read the second book. Thankfully, we all really liked it, but we also all admitted that there were some issues to it, and I think that it was a really, really awesome discussion, and you should definitely check that out. Alright, I'm done. I'm going to do what you're here for, the giveaway announcement. I am currently running an international giveaway on my blog for 10 books by the awesome Dave Neuendorf. His book, The Summoned King, just came out, and he was awesome enough to allow me to give away 10 copies of this book. They are e-copies, so you can enter internationally. There's a Rafflecopter link, and it will be down below, so please click that and enter. It's really awesome that he agreed to give away this many books, and I want all of you to be able to win. So enter that, again, link down below, and thanks so much, guys. 6 books read in August, 2 for my Pop Sugar Challenge, and more on the way. I am already almost halfway through Bossy Pants by Tina Fey, which is my Pop Sugar Challenge pick for a book written by a comedian, because as you can see, I'm there for the funny ladies in terms of these Pop Sugar Challenge picks. But it's September, so I also will probably stop listening to that the second I get my hands on Empire of Storms. Guys, I'm really excited for Empire of Storms. And you'll probably see a video about that really soon. So, thanks guys. Bye.